Everybody, it's Start from Not Moon Podcast, and boy was JB Bickerstaff hot last night after the post game after the Thunder. And I feel his frustration. Going through watching the game highlights and watching all the sequence of foul calls and stuff like that, or that sequence where there was multiple techs and Cade kind of got himself out thrown in the got himself ejected. In the third quarter, it was all bad. Look, the game, it wasn't a nationally televised game. But it was probably one of the more better games that night. After reviewing it, saying I don't have NBA League Pass, but if it was on national TV spotlight, I definitely watched it. But it wasn't. But so I went back, and it seemed like, but from what I seen, looked like it was a great game until just the refs kind of mucked it up. Okay. And there was a sequence where, and he talks about Lou Dort ends up slipping on a guy's foot. They review it for a hostile act, and there's an issue of going to the line to shoot, and there weren't OKC was not in the bonus, and JB went off in this press conference, right? He's gonna definitely pay an expensive ass fine for this, but it needed to be said. And I understand it. Passionate, he's building this team. Okay, he has been doing a great job this season. Okay, he should be in the runnings, if not get Coach of the Year honors, just because of this team going from 14 wins to winning 37 games, and they're most likely going to be in the playoffs. For the most part, I'd be shocked if they've slipped dramatically in fallout. But he's done a good job in year one, considering what he's done in Cleveland, and then moving on to here. Okay. Big problem in the game, or at least what made people review that as the Detroit Pistons only got to the line 13 times, and the OKC Thunder got to the line 22 times. Okay. And he goes off his rant saying he feels disrespected, and they have a certain brand of basketball they like to play, physical team, they're a young team, and yeah, I mean, this is just a growing pains with being a young team, right? There's two things can be true. I understand the issues with the foul calls and stuff like that. It is Shai, though. I'm not making an excuse for Shai, but James Harden, when he won his MVP, this is what he was doing. Harden at his peak, this is just, it was automatic free throw line. Shai has built a reputation now that he is going to always get the benefit of the doubt of the whistle. Okay, certain guards in the league, they just have a knack for getting to the free throw line, and they'll skew the game. Okay, Shai plays a certain way where, yes, the algorithm for him, the algorithm for the way he plays and to help his team, because he's really an efficient player, is getting to the free throw line. Okay, yes, he is hunting calls. He's doing everything he can, as he should, to be getting foul calls. Okay, guys say that maybe flopping. I don't like it though. I don't like it. I don't like the flopping. I don't like the ticky tack foul calling. I don't like that BS. Okay, and I wish the officials were better and stop just gifting people free throw shots on weak ass contact. But I can't blame the player for exploiting the refs. Right? Okay, let's not act like there's honors amongst thieves. Okay, Shai's going to eat. Some of the best players in the league are going to eat, and they're going to use ways to scheme their points and whatever. And Shai's a good player, though. Right? He's going to use every bit of his tool set, which include getting to the line. I understand it. But it's frustrating when you're the opposing team, and it's going against you, and you're not getting the free throw. So that part, I definitely understand JB's gripe and the officiating, stuff like that. Now, after all that being said, okay, the disrespect part, I understand that. The game, the game was just. You're Detroit Pistons, okay? You guys have been a laughing stock for a long time in the NBA, okay? You guys haven't. I mean, this is the first year where you guys are actually. It's been a while since you guys are actually having legit success, okay? And I feel for JB, okay? I don't think that the league is disrespect. You guys just aren't there yet, right? And let's be real, Cade got himself. I don't think the texts were justified, but clearly he was on thin ice when things were getting chaotic and them trying to figure out the free throw situation, and got himself kicked out in the third. Okay, if he didn't get kicked out and he stayed in that game, there's a good chance that y'all might come out and win that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he's emotional, he's hot, because everything just seemed like everything didn't go in his favor. But they are the Detroit Pistons, and it's not. I'm not excusing the BS in the round. I'm just saying the team, like the OKC Thunder, the league, the refs know this. Everybody know they are one of the premier. They are the premier team, and they made that people are projecting to go to the finals and damn near win the championship. And they have a leading MVP candidate in Shai-Gilgeous. Okay, there's already going to be, whether you like it or not, an level of biasness going into that game. You know how OKC plays. They know the brand. They know their record. They know the MVP candidate. Shai's averaging over 30 a game. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna cook. Okay, and they're gonna cook those refs and get pressure. But the Pistons aren't there yet. They're still building, right? They're trying to get to where OKC is one day, right? And when you get to that level, you get the respect. Is that fair? No. All the games should be officiated fairly across the board. But let's not act like I wish that too. But that's not. We got to be realistic, and that's not the reality. That is not the reality in the NBA, okay? NBA refs has always been bad. It continues to be bad. Yet the other night just highlighted how bad it was. I feel for JB. I'm glad he called it out, though, because first of all, you got to protect your team, your organization, okay? But then you also got to get on the league and be like, yo, fix this free throw mess, or at least like keep your eyes on it, or get those, or monitor those refs and their ratings, and then don't be having these big games or any big games, right? Refs got to start being held accountable for how they act. The whole thing was a mess, and JB's right. They mucked it up. I don't know why, like, because the Detroit Pistons, you're gonna give them some sloppy refs. I don't know where the disrespect comes from. Is it because I think when he says disrespect, I'm assuming that he's talking about just how their team isn't getting enough, like getting the proper respect, considering how bad they've been, and they've shocked everybody this year by being by doing very well, for their standards, right? But respect comes in time. You know what I'm saying? And you're going against OKC and Shai, who free throw hunts, and is just going to be skewered, right? But you're hearing more noise now. Teams like you're starting to hear rumblings now of teams. I mean, you heard the Minnesota coach, I believe, at one point got on. I think he was talking about Shai at one point getting those free throws and stuff like that. I mean, you hear a lot of those things, right? Is it as bad as people think it is? I don't know. It's because it seems like one player's always getting the free throws, but Shai's an aggressive player. He's a mid-range game guy. Like, he's gonna get calls, right? It sucks. You're just gonna find different ways to defend until there's better refs. The league's gonna figure it out. I don't know. I don't really think there's a solution to this at all. You know what I'm saying? If there is, y'all let me know. But I feel for JB. And I think the Detroit Pistons, they have my respect for sure, but I think they'll get their due respect in time, when their time comes, But outside of all that stuff, though, just for what happened within the game, it was some trash. It was some trash. Of course, the free throw discrepancy. Like, if you just take out Shai out of it, it's like, come on now. The team shoots 9 more free throws. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't do themselves any favors, but the team didn't do a good job of trying to contain Cade away from the refs. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think he deserved to get tossed, but it was something nice. These refs be fragile, and they hate looking like stupid idiots when they make dumb calls. They were trying to fix it, you know what I'm saying, and correct it. And then it was just bad time. It was bad, you know what I'm saying. So it's unfortunate. And then you compound all that. He just had a blow up moment. So yeah, I like JB. He's done a great job. I think his team will get the respect in time. Cade will be a superstar, in my opinion, down the road. He has the potential to be. You know what I'm saying? Being that guy on that team. As they're building with Isaiah Stewart, and they got some bets on there, Hardaway Beasley and stuff like that, and Tobias, but they have a decent nucleus on that team that they can go forward with, and see them build on top of that. But anyways, though, y'all know what y'all think about JB and Shai and all this stuff, man. The free throws, the officiating, it was a big mess last night, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.